Now we're going to take a look at some other ways that you can organize your email. I still have all of my labels down the left. I can still close or open up the main menu depending on what I'd like to have it organized to be. I can still go into my settings and change how that each thing is set up if I'd like to. But I also want to show you what you can do without even going to any of those places. Right here, I have this email that they're asking for some help, and I know that I can't deal with that till later. So you can see when I hover over the email, I can archive it, I can delete it, I can mark it as read, or I can snooze it. So I'm going to snooze this for later today, but I could pick a date and time if I'd like to, if I want to give it a more specific time. But I'm going to click later today. Now it's going to disappear. Now I did this with a few different ones over the past few weeks. And you can see that they say next to it, like this one, the top one here says snoozed 18 hours ago. All right, so then it pops it back up in my unread to remind me to do something with it. So you always have those options right at the top to snooze them. All right, so just know when you hover over an email, you have those options. Now I have mine that are fully through, but you can change how it looks. If you go to right at the top below your face icon here, you have this little box that says toggle split pane mode. When I turn that on, if I click on an email, I can see the email come up on the right and the email on the left. So I can do that with any of the different activities if I prefer it that way. You can set it up that way just by clicking on the preview pane. If I click toggle between, again, it will go away. So again, if you want to split pane, click on it and then pick any of the emails that you want to see, and you can see that right up on the right hand side. Can be very convenient for you, depends on how you like to have your Gmail set up to have that option. All right, let's talk again about labels. So right at the top, I have this as an external conversation. I have this important one because I tend to do a lot with BOSI or with Bunsy. I like to see that what they send me. It's in my inbox, but now I want to create another label and I want to call it Bunsy. So I'm going to grab that label icon again. I'm going to call it, I'm going to go into create new, and I'm going to call this one Bunsy. I can choose to nest it in a different spot, but I'm just going to click create. And what it'll do is it'll start to notice these different things because there's some artificial intelligence at work that will help sort those types of items in that label. But let's go over to that label. So I've got this Bunsy label here. When I click on it, it's going to show me that first email that I put in there. When I click on those three dots, I have the option to change the label color. So maybe I want Bunsy to be yellow. In the three dots, I can show it in the list. I can remove it, I can add a label or a sub-label. So you always have different options to organize your different labels. All right, so that is labels. That is the different views. We still know how to start by composing a new email. You know how to reply to an email. Oh, I don't know if I showed you that. So here we are in this one with Bunsy. Right at the top, I have this reply button. Now in settings, you can choose whether this defaults to reply or reply all. I have mine set to just reply, so I don't reply all by accident. But if I click on the three dots, I have the option to reply all if it's a menu that an option to be able to do that within that message. This one, because it's an external one, I don't have it, but you would see it there. You can also see that you have other options that come up when you click those three dots, like filter messages like these. If I click on that, I can say if it has these words. So I'm going to say Bunsy in here, or it's from Bunsy, and I can create a filter. All right, however I'd like to do that. That I can have it skip the inbox. It can go into spam. I can choose a template from it. I can add a label. So I'm going to label it as Bunsy. And now all of those Bunsy emails will go into that label and create that filter. So all of those messages won't come into my inbox. They'll go directly to that label. Try these different things out, see what you think. And then in the next video, I'll show you some other fun things you can do in Gmail.